very good evening to you tuned into UBC TV. We thank you so much for tuning in for news tonight. Let's start with a look at the top stories. Learning institutions raise cut-off points for Senior 5 entrants. NIRA opens up recruitment for assistant registrars for mass identification renewal exercise. Luzira prison relocation for a 5-star hotel. Prisons are waiting for marching orders. While 80 players from 49 countries playing for ranking points to get into. It's UBC News tonight. My name is Micheal Lukomwa. Elizabeth Nakakoni is also here for sign language interpretation. The national identification, I beg your pardon, secondary schools, government aided and the private schools who are participating in the 2024 selection and placement exercise for Senior 5 have hiked cut-off points, a situation that they attribute to the good performance of Senior 4 candidates of the year 2023. While officiating at the opening of the selection exercise at the Uganda Manufacturers Association Conference Hall, the Commissioner of Basic and Secondary Education, who represented the Permanent Secretary Minister of Education, Namiro, said that this is the last selection exercise to be conducted in the old lower secondary school curriculum.
About 2,042 participants from government, government-aided and private schools across the country have started the selection and placement exercise for Senior 5 at Uma Multipurpose Hall, Nakawa. Majority of the schools have hiked cut-off points due to the good performance by the students. This is the last selection and placement exercise to be conducted under the old lower secondary curriculum.
This 2023 cohort of learners we are pressing in Senior 5 today, marks the last cohort of candidates sitting UCE under the old lower secondary curriculum.
Kawempe Muslim Secondary School has taken boys up to aggregate 17 from last year, which was 20, and girls cut-off point this year is at 18 from 21 last year. While Ginger College, a boys' school, was given 110 students, lower than the 150 students posted to this school last year.
It's been 160, so there was an increment of 20 students. The cutoff this year has been 18 for girls. The change in cutoff is basically dependent on the performance.
This year our cutoff point was 26, this year it is 24. I think it is 24, meaning it has risen because of the good performance we had this particular last year.
In Western Uganda, Rempara district, 260 girls gave choice to Chinoni Girls School, but they have only been given 110 during the selection exercise and are selling 45 to other schools. Ndagire Grace Tweheyo, the head teacher, Chinoni Girls School, says they will still admit some of the students on the unselected list. Gulu Secondary School cut-off points in northern Uganda is at 45 aggregates for both girls and boys.
Given 110 girls, starting from aggregate 14 to aggregate 20 to aggregate 41. Here the cut-off point was 45. So there is an improvement this time.
Quality, I see the quality of the student, they're okay. This particular year, we have got our cutoff at 45 aggregate, which is not very bad compared to last year when we went almost up to 50 aggregate.
The chairperson of the placement committee under the Ministry of Education and Sports, Jenegao, reminded head teachers and career masters to ensure equity, fairness and transparency.
The reason that secondary schools are admitting learners, some of whom are their old students, having sat UCE at the same schools, passed very well. Now you have a challenge to either admit or not admit, because you also have competition from other schools. There is the compassionate end that you want to have for your own students, but there is also the national competition that you have to deal with. You have to deal with challenges of combinations, and so it is not as easy as we do when we are admitting the senior one leavers. I must emphasize the need for leaving some space for special consideration.
Through this exercise, 236,280 are expected to be placed into secondary schools. I'm Nafka Farida and Dan Lukomwa in Kampala.
The leader of opposition in Parliament, Joel Senyonyi, and the shadow ministers have been denied access to Lukomwa specialized hospital construction site. Security asked them to present an official clearance letter from the office of the IGP.
Security manned by UPDF, police and private security sealed off the premises of Lukomwa Specialized Hospital, barring access for the leader of opposition in Parliament, Joel Senyonyi, and shadow cabinet and other opposition MPs who were scheduled to carry out an oversight visit.
Security on the ground. You have not.
Which security? Which kind of security?
The security for the premises. Which security?
Which security?
What is
Commanded by who?
UPDF is police. It is which security?
Is it SFC?
It is the general security. What is wrong with
Are
security?
you in charge of general security?
Are you in charge of general security? I've already.
Senyonyi wanted to establish what's going on. Since the 3 deadlines set, there seems to be no positive response on the construction.
Billions of shillings have been pumped here on an annual basis. So we came to see what exactly is going on, because we can't keep pumping money, taxpayers' money as a country, into a project for which we have no clue what exactly is happening. Because even money was disbursed last December. There was a supplementary request of 2.7 billion shillings to be used to supervise the ongoing works. So we said, okay, let's come and see what's happening at this place where money is pumped regularly. Even when you stand, you can't see anything, except if they're saying there's an underground hospital, that kind of thing. But if there's anything happening, they would have let us go in there to ascertain and play our oversight role. But clearly, there is nothing going on here. And that's why they've denied us access. So I want to tell Parliament, let us stop sending any money to Lukomwa Hospital. Let's begin to send that money to Mulago Hospital, to Naguru, to Kawempe, Kirudu, and all these different health centers across the country, which don't have equipment, which don't have things as little as gloves, drugs. Health workers are paid poorly and so on. That's where the focus should be, because at least those ones, they are operating. It's just that they have challenges of, finance. And
Drawing from Ministry of Health's clearance letter provided by Joel Senyonyi, police officers manning the area asked him to present an official clearance letter from the office of IGP that clears them to pay the oversight visit.
Hey, I found they were asking for
Can
clearance.
we call the Minister of Health?
The clearance will be channeled from IGP to KMP, RPC, because you are VIPs. We have to ensure you're safe.
Now,
who has said we are not safe?
This is not in your line of duty. Can we take it that you're obstructing us from doing the work? If it's not in your line of duty,
I need a
clearance.
Consented by all authorities.
Joel Senyonyi says the Ministry of Health has failed to account for the 300 billion shillings allocated to the construction of the hospital.
Because for us, we are saying, let's send the money there. This one here is a Chiwanyi. It is a fake project. There's nothing going on here. This Pineti, by the way, we want to fully understand Pineti, because she seems to have expertise in literally everything.
The multi-billion hospital project has been a subject of public debate since June 2019, when it was handed over to the Italian investor Enrico Pinetti's firm. Shaidat Nasakum, UBC News.
Wednesday, 28th of February, NRM Party Chairman Yoweri Museveni will launch the registration exercise of members and flag off the yellow road map. All NRM registrars will convene at the Electoral Commission offices for a 2-day training starting Tuesday, the 27th of February.
Dr. Tango Doi is the chairperson Electoral Commission in the NRM Party.
The party called NRM has started its process towards 2026. On Friday last week, we met the chairman of the party as secretariat, discussed details on our roadmap.
Addressing UBC this Monday morning from the Electoral Commission offices located at Plot 13 along Chadunda Road in Kampala, Odoi says these are the moments they have been waiting for.
An exciting day for the party, because what has dogged the party for a long time is a register. This time round we have had time, we have got resources, and we are going to move in early to register members, audit the register, and make sure that what we have by 2026 is a final product.
To prepare the ground, NRM has invited all relevant members in Kampala on Tuesday, 27th February 2024 at the Electoral Commission offices for an induction.
Tomorrow, we are getting our delegates from the districts. That's the district chairpersons, NRM district election officers or registrars, NRM administrative secretaries, and ONC coordinators from all over the country. The registrars are coming, not the assistants. I want to make that clarification. So they are coming to be taken through a training session on how they will handle the registration of members in the NRM register.
According to Dr. Tango Doi, shortly after launching the party activities at the Secretariat on Wednesday, President Museveni will move to Plot 13 on the same day.
His Excellency the President and Chairman of the party will be at the Secretariat on Wednesday the 28th, possibly around 10 a.m. to launch the registration process, and thereafter he will come to Plot 13, which is the home of the NRM Electoral Commission, to address the invited delegates and other supporters.
But was the reports of halting these activities by the Friday Mosa called SEC meeting true? This is a question we posed to Dr. Tango Doi.
SEC meetings are convened by the chairman of the party. I want to be bold on this. There has never been a SEC meeting until the chairman of SEC calls it. There was a meeting of SEC members, and what they did is write a petition to the chairman, but that does not constitute a SEC meeting. Therefore, no meeting has been called by the chairman of the party, YK Museveni, and no meeting has ever halted, no SEC meeting has ever halted the electoral process.
Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Leaders of the Nakawa Division NRM District, led by Nicholas Arinitwe, and the Divisional Council, NRM Chief Whip Wile Turinawe, have launched a week-long mobilization exercise in the division as part of the belated NRM 38-year celebrations marked on the 26th of January every year. The launch, which climaxes with a grand bonanza at Nakawa Mobs on the 2nd of March, has been launched at Lugogo Oma Showgrounds.
So a whole week from today, 26th, up to 2nd March, we shall be showing and inspecting what government has done. Today we have a press conference. Tomorrow we shall be visiting markets. We have some markets that have been built. For example, Chitintale market. We are the people who advocated for its. On the 28th, we shall be touring Uganda Industrial Research Institute, where there are small cottages, training programs that our people can learn from. They study and do their own business. And therefore, when we finish that, we shall go to Namamve and Nakawa. We shall also be inspecting road.
It's true, on behalf of Nakawa Urban Council, we are the minorities NRM. But tactically, we are doing our work. And within this Liberation Week, tomorrow we are visiting markets. We are calling upon all the people within Ruzira, within Nakawa, on 2nd to come as we are finishing up the showcase for what NRM has done.
And thereafter, we shall have celebrations, we shall have music extravaganza, we shall have sports, we shall have parade at the MOBs, so that we celebrate these years.
Minister for Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, says that government will support public universities by allocating them more funds after the COVID-19 pandemic affected them. This was contained in a speech read for her by State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyingo, at the 30th graduation ceremony of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, where over 1,400 were awarded with PhDs, Masters and Bachelor's degrees at the university campus in Mbarara.
following the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak affected the country socially and economically, the Ministry of Education and Sports reduced the funds that were allocated to government public universities. This affected public universities to operate to their expectations, and now stakeholders are encouraging government to continue supporting them for quality education services. The Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, in the speech read for her by the State Minister for Higher Education, Dr. John Chrysostom Muyengo, said government will support public universities.
However, as government, we hear and feel your financial challenges, but I remain optimistic that there is light at the end of the tunnel. The economy, though not fully, although we are not yet there, it's on the right trend to recovery. The needs are many, as you heard from the different speakers, and with nearly the same priorities, but together we can overcome all these challenges. We shall continue to ask you to be just a little bit more patient as we allow for full economic recovery.
This was at the 30th graduation ceremony of Mbara University of Science and Technology, where over 1,400 were awarded in different disciplines at the university campus in Mbara. He encouraged the graduates to utilize the knowledge and skills acquired to serve the country.
You don't just celebrate completion of your studies. You celebrate the potential you hold within you. I stand before you, not just as a Minister of Education and Sports, but as somebody who sees in you the architects of our future. In you, I see the future of Uganda. You are great. Congratulate yourself by hand clap.
The Chancellor of the University, Professor Charles Oreny, commended President Yoweri Museveni for the vision of establishing Mbara University of Science and Technology, which has contributed towards improving the professionalism of the health sector.
The other side.
UBC News Tonight, we thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. Don't miss what we have on return.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar! My boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the
Osmosis.
Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. The signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sorting it. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Have you packed more with Harbour jelly and Harbour fun? Yes, we packed. It will protect your skin from skin rashes. More with pack. It is a new improved more with Harbour jelly. So soft and smooth. It is a more with Harbour jelly.
Tell me, kids, the sense. Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Herbal Jelly and Herbal Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit all day confidence.
Hi Fifi, how are you?
I'm fine. Baby, whenever I eat chips and chicken, I feel stomachache, joint pain and body weakness.
My dear, go to MX Nutrition Center and learn the best food for your body. And get treatment according to your blood group.
Are you sure?
Yes.
By the way, do you know your blood group, genotype,
and how much you need to exercise? Come to Timex Nutrition Center for professional advice on how to manage your health and immune boosting. At Timex, we treat diseases like diabetes, arthritis, ulcers, obesity, pressure, and many more. For details, find us at our headquarters in Kampala on Nasa Road, Conrad Plaza, 2nd floor. We also have a branch in Barara, or call us on 0758 819952 or 0778 288361. Timex, be your own doctor.
Hi, my name is Dennis Masindo Nyango, former Uganda Cranes captain and goalkeeper. My kind of a tank at home is a Crest tank. I use it at the farm and at home. I recommend it for everyone.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, it is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
UBC News Tonight. Welcome back from the break and thank you so much for watching. Namisindwa District has recovered over 8 million shillings from the corrupt parish development committees. The funds were seized during a targeted operation conducted by the District Security Committee headed by the RDC Imran Muluga.
Namisindwa District acted in response to complaints of extortion by PDM beneficiaries, leading to the arrest of several parish development committees.
After being declared to have extorted money, they were arrested. And at the police station, we asked them how much money they picked, and even from the people, and they agreed on how much they picked and they funded.
The District Security Committee, headed by Resident District Commissioner Imran Mulunga, acted swiftly.
I was also supporting him that whoever picked the money, they return. Those who complained reached the offices, we intervened and the money was recovered.
During the operation, over 8 million shillings was recovered. However, there remains an outstanding amount of 2.5 million shillings, which was also seized in Namboko sub-county.
And this money, the only challenge you have had is what I'm saying. The money is not refunded, but I have promised by Monday, they are giving these people their money back. From police, the money I'm told they was given to DPC because the case was there.
Residents have been urged to report all cases of corruption to their leaders.
Let them reach to their leaders. They can begin to say, this is chairman. If you are not helped, go to LC. This is chairperson, I'm here. But now, this is very funny. You will get it on the ground.
The exposure of the extortion practices targeting beneficiaries of the Parish Development Model Program occurred during a local accountability meeting known as Baraza.
Corruption. Nebe babagamba mujje mutuwe obujulizi temwagala kujja. Ate nga ne government tejja kuvaayo oba RDC oba C5 bagambe mukwate oyo nga tekuli ki bujulizi.
Kansima Mumpire, Joseph Okol, UBC News.
Fred!
Osmosis.
Freddy! Fred Dollar, my boss, CEO Inojo, the general of generals, the conqueror of conquerors, the first and the final, the sky above the skies, the promised land, the terms and the conditions, the international king crocodile, the source of the Nile.
I don't have money today.
Just take a polite loan of 200k to stock my shop. the signs and symptoms of success. The bank commander, not the bank teller.
Why hassle for a loan when you've got MTN Momo? We're sortinge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*5# for all quick loans. Choose from the different loan options from our partners and get one that works for you. Together, we're unstoppable.
Gavumenti ya Uganda wamu n'ekitongole kyayo ekivunaanyizibwa ku bibalo ki Uganda Bureau of Statistics UBOS bategeeza abantu bonna abakwatibwako okuli abakulira abakozi ba gavumenti ku district, bameeya, ababaka ba pulezidenti, bakkalaani, bakkansala, bassentebe b'ebyalo, abatuuze n'abasuubuzi bonna okukwatagana n'abakozi ba UBOS abatandisedde okweteekerateekera omulimu gw'okubala abantu n'ebyabwe okw'okubaawo ng'ennaku z'omwezi 10 omwezi ogwokutaano 2024 okubala abantu kwakumala ennaku 10 n'ekigendererwa ekyokumanya omuwendo n'ebifo ku tuli bameka, tuliwa, tubeera tutya, tulina ki era wa gye tujja obuweereza. Uganda Bureau of Statistics etandise okuwandiisa amaka mu bibuga 11 okuli Arua, Fort Portal, Gulu, Hoima, Jinja, Lira, Masaka, Mbarara, Soroti ne disitulikiti okuli Kampala, Wakiso ne Mukono. Okumanya ebisingawo kuba ku nnamba z'essimu nooti 755-24-21-28 oba nooti 773-34-21-28. Obubaka buno bukutuusibwako akulira Uganda Bureau of Statistics era avunaanyizibwa ku kubala abantu. Kya mugaso okubalibwa. Census 2024, it matters to be counted.
Ekitongole ky'ebyobulamu mu Uganda ne Uganda Blood Transfusion Services wamu ne Uganda Red Cross tubakubiriza okujja mu lukuŋŋaana luno ng'ennaku z'omwezi 4 okutuusiza ddala ng'ennaku z'omwezi 7 omwezi gw'okusatu oba Maachi mwaka 2024. Olukuŋŋaana olugenda okubeera Speak Resort e Munyonyo nga tuyita abagabi b'omusaayi, tuyita ba businessmen, tuyita abasawo, tuyita abayizi, tuyita abantu mwenna kubanga ensonga eno ey'okugaba omusaayi etukwatirako wamu mujje tuteme empenda n'okusala amagezi engeri gye tunaakuŋŋaanyamu omusaayi ogumala eggwanga lino.
UBC News tonight. We have visited the scene of crime in Lunguja, where a fatal shooting occurred, claiming the life of one person. The head of the Ndiga clan in Buganda Kingdom, engineer Daniel Bosa, was shot dead by assailants riding on a motorbike who were later lynched by a mob, killing one of them. The forensics team has profiled the vehicle of the late Daniel Bosa and towed it away.
Head of the Ndiga clan, Daniel Bosa, was shot dead by unknown assailants near his residence, adding to the grim statistics of gun violence in the country. Following the incident, members of the public intercepted the assailants, killing one and injuring the other. Abdul Katabazi reported that he spotted the assailants and raised an alarm, causing their motorcycle to crash and leading to a mob gathering.
Najjayo mundu mu bbaga n'agikwata bw'ati nesigala nga nkyajja bwe namutuuse bw'abanga akyuka bw'ati okunkuba amasasi nze ne munnange mukisa emmundu n'emusimatuka n'egwa mu mandigaadi mu mpaji bwe yagudde mu mpaji ne mugwira ne mukwata mu bulago nange nankwata nalwana yadde mwana muto myaka nga 19 naye ng'ayina training ze namusinzizza maanyi But I want
to thank the community for their vigilance, especially the border movement, who courageously pursued their assailants under danger, knowing very well that they were armed. It is a testament to good community vigilance and commitment to the neighborhood watch, which we encourage in all communities. But we also still have work to do, because once you pursue suspects, you corner them, you need to have them subdued and arrested, but not torturing them to kill them, because when you do that, it negatively impacts our leads.
Returning to the crime scene to get the post-incident mood, the vehicle remained on the ground with forensic teams gathering more evidence. 3 bullet holes on the screen penetrated and struck the area behind the windshield of the vehicle. Inside the bullet-riddled car, the deceased was accompanied by his wife and aide, who survived the attack. Peace Nambali, the late leader's aide, mentioned that she witnessed the assailants riding ahead of their vehicle. When the leader attempted to exit the vehicle, bullets riddled the area as he raised his arms.
Njeje nakolachi nanesoka nagamba Yesu abo bakyamu yakyogedde emirundi 3 ogwokusatu yamaze nti bakyamu omusajja n'atwekika bw'ati mu maaso kuba abadde ayise ludda lwa wano owa driver wennyini n'asalamu bw'ati n'ajjayo emmundu kuba olwedda adde yagikwokinze dda n'akuba essasi erisooka nerikwata jjajja neriyitamu neridda mu bbuutu nerifuluma mpaka wabweru yafulumidde mu bbuutu n'akuba 2 kumukumu awo neŋŋamba nenkutama bwe nti kuba eryasose lyampiseeko amalala tegampiseeko 2 kuba nakutamye neŋŋamba Yesu tusaasire tetulina musango tetulina gwe twali tusse.
The former Buganda Katikkiro J.B. Walusimbi, Pastor Dr. Joseph Serwadda, among other dignitaries, reached at home to condole. Various mourners continue to visit the late leader's residence to offer condolences to the family. Ivan Kahwa and Andrew Sebira, UBC.
Nyati Motion Pictures brings you Tuko Pamoja, Bunyoro Kitara segment. Come and learn about the glorious Kitara Empire.
Bunyoro would have simply created an East African community that we are looking for today.
The rulers of Bunyoro are actually Luos.
When the Bachwez weekend Lana war disappeared, that we see the emergence of all these other kingdoms that were under Bunyoro Kingdom. That's Buganda, Bunyoro, Karagwe, Rwanda, Burundi, Nkore.
We are similar people, and genetically we are even the same people.
Use that word pamoja.
Premiering on 3rd February 2024 at the National Theatre from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. To get a ticket, call 0778 787 660. Tuko Pamoja, proudly supported by UBC, the National Theatre, Ndere Center, Ham Cinemax, Makerere University, and the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development. Tuko Pamoja.
UBC Business News tonight. Uganda animal feeds manufacturers have lauded Parliament for passing the Animal Feeds Bill of 2023. The bill, which is expected to be signed into law, seeks to promote the animal industry cognizant of the inadequate animal nutrition that has been one of the factors limiting Uganda's production of livestock. Emebo Mbaru Shimana, the chairman of the association, says that legislation is critical not only to animals but to humans who consume animal products.
Last week, Parliament passed the Animal Feeds Bill 2023, creating a committee to regulate production, storage, importation, exportation and marketing of animal feeds. The move has been lauded by the Uganda Animal Feeds Manufacturers Association, chaired by Emebo Mbarushimana.
The Animal Feeds Bill 2023 that is being made by the Parliament of Uganda is to see that the standards of feeds within Uganda, either being produced in Uganda, imported in Uganda or exported in Uganda, work hand in hand with the standards that UNBS has set, because it works hand in hand with the Ministry of Agriculture.
In the bill, a person seeking to engage in the production, storage and sale of animal feeds will apply for a license which shall be considered within 3 months. A similar arrangement is prescribed for anyone seeking a permit for premises to be used for storage, sale and production of the feeds.
The final consumer, who is the human being in Uganda or even across where we'll be exporting these feeds, are not compromised.
Additionally, the new law will promote the Buy Uganda, Build Uganda policy and the animal industry, bearing in mind that inadequate animal nutrition has been one of the main factors limiting Uganda's production of livestock products.
It is beneficial to see that such bill becomes a law, for it is going to protect the human consumer and also the health of the animals that will be the consumers of these animal feeds that we'll be producing, importing or exporting.
The new law guards against contamination of animal feeds by prohibiting the use of contaminants and providing safety measures for transportation of the feed. It will be at the discretion of the minister to provide guidelines regarding transportation following the removal of licensing transportation from the bill. Dennis Igoa for UBC Business.
Youth across the country have been urged to embrace hands-on training so as to create jobs and curb unemployment. The National Resistance Movement mobilizer Kakumiro, Harriet Saliabwoli, told UBC during a fundraising of Kasambia Youth Project in Kakumiro district that vocational-based projects will benefit the young people.
To curb unemployment among the youths in Kakumiro district, Kasambia Youth Project has engaged youth in farming, decoration, mushroom cultivation, among other activities. Every after 3 weeks, they raise money through selling sweet potatoes, sugarcane, beans, pineapples, among other foodstuffs, to increase working capital for their project. The NRM mobilizer Kakumiro district Harriet Saliabwoli urges parents to take their children for hands-on training.
All parents who are fond of taking care of the girl child, protecting only the girl child, leaving the boy child to loiter around to do whatever they feel like doing. Remember, this girl child you're preparing are the leaders of tomorrow, are the mothers of tomorrow, are the nurses of tomorrow, are the doctors of tomorrow.
The chairperson Kasambia Youth Project, John Bosco Tegeka, says they started circles to transform their well-being.
And the chairs. So today we have made a fundraising to solicit funds so that we can look that attend more. The challenges that we are facing in Bukumi Dinale, the youth of Bukumi Dinale challenges is there are a lot of unemployment in the youth of
Reverend Father Geoffrey Tumusima has appealed to the young generation to aim at improving their livelihoods.
The Lord invites you during this Lenten season to make sure you correct all that what is not right and you put it right.
Deborah Namamonde, Mike Bakabulindi, UBC News.
The National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA, has set 2 weeks for the recruitment of assistant registrars and other support staff to facilitate the mass identification renewal exercise. Applications for these jobs is online and a URL link has been developed to be accessed by interested candidates.
The National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA, has announced the official commencement of the recruitment process of assistant registrars for the forthcoming mass renewal exercise. A URL link valid for a period of only 2 weeks has been generated starting tomorrow, 27th February 2024.
So tomorrow, 27th, please do what? Please start. We are going to make available 2 videos to ease or help those who want to apply.
The authority has elaborated on the new features included on the Form 3, which are mandatory for one to register.
Form has 3 parts. Part A, Part B, and Part C. Part A is information about yourself. It's your surname, your maiden name, your other names, your full name, etc., etc.
Unlike the previous registration, individuals are free to choose the names they wish to appear on their IDs this time round.
We will give you that opportunity to tell us that these actually are all my names, but because I have studied and registered late, I'm known by other names, 2 of them rather than 4 of them. So I want to use the 2. I want to give you all of them, but I want to use the 2 instead of the 4. This time we will provide that opportunity
for you to tell us the ones you want on your card.
Meanwhile, the Directorate of Immigration and Police are hunting for an impersonator Okello Wilson over extortion through pretense. Okello Wilson disguised as an immigration employee and extorted money from desperate individuals.
That gentleman, the information now trickling in indicated that he's actually a thief who had started with the Bujiri Hospital, reported in. First of all, he claims to be working for the ministry so that he's given attention. And during that time he claims to be in hospital, a number of phones disappeared. So telephones disappeared, laptops disappeared. And finally, he also disappeared from that hospital in Bujiri. So we are looking for this gentleman.
In Kampala Metropolitan, the Directorate of Community Service, working with the Judicial Service Commission, have sentenced 88 women for child trafficking. The culprits are said to have recruited street children to beg.
88 offenders were sentenced they are being imprisoned. The offenders will serve, of course, community, this being a petty offense, as a form of punishment, with their consent and the court's approval.
The Directorate of Immigration and Passport Office cautions the public against engaging brokers and other fraudsters roaming around the Ministry of Internal Affairs headquarters, purporting to quicken the passport acquisition process. Patricia Nandago and Abdul Nasir Lukomwa for UBC.
The Uganda prisons have not yet received any matching orders for the ongoing transactions between Government of Uganda and the Chinese investor Tian Tang Group for the relocation of the prisons. Frank Baine, the prison's spokesperson, says that the relocation business is being handled by the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the investor, but prison services is operating maximally at Luzira prisons.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni wrote to the Ministers of Internal Affairs and that of Lands, directing them to locate land in the Muyikwe district to relocate Luzira prisons. In the President's letter, the current location of Luzira prison is being gazetted to the Chinese investor of Tiantang Group to develop by constructing a 5-star hotel.
Very many of you sent me these copies. The one from the President and the one from the Minister, and asking me to give a comment. Unfortunately, government institutions don't work like you. You first have to wait until you are asked to act. So as far as we are concerned, this is a transaction or a conversation going on between the President, the Minister of Internal Affairs, and the Attorney General.
The Uganda prisons, however, are not moved by the ongoing transaction deals and are not yet officially notified for action forward.
Now, Uganda Prison Service is not part of this. It's not that it cannot be part, but I am saying that as of now, we are not yet at that level.
The prison spokesperson Frank Baine acknowledges the transaction process, and as prison services are waiting for the conclusion of these negotiations for response.
Matter, I don't expect anybody to call me to want to have an interview with me about this matter. Please contact Ministry of Internal Affairs, contact Attorney General, contact Office of the President or State House for clarification about this going on, because I have seen all the media is awash with this story.
If this transaction goes through, Luzira prison will be one of the major public installations government has relocated and land given to investors for development, particularly for construction of shopping malls and hotels. Abdul Nasir Lukomwa for UBC.
We thank you so much for watching, and we now go to talk sports news tonight. The Uganda International Badminton Challenge climaxed at the Lugogo Indoor Stadium in Kampala, with Vietnam's Lee Duc Phat winning the men's singles title, Akashi Keshap winning the women's title. The 5-day event attracted over 80 players from 49 countries who were all playing for ranking points to get into the 2024 Olympics.
Vietnam's Le Duc Phac ranked 86th in the world badminton's men's ranking, and Akashep from India ranked 40th in the world badminton ranking, were the stars of the 2024 Uganda International Badminton Challenge, as they all went away with 4,000 points each for winning their respective singles.
It's the first, I'm very happy because my performance very good in this tournament, and I not too much. I just try my best to play, and I will keep spirit for the next tournament. Yeah.
It really means a lot because I haven't won an international tournament for such a long time. So definitely I'm really happy, and also this was my second time in Uganda. So yeah, I'm happy that I have grabbed the winners. Definitely it has been added in my rankings, and it will help me to qualify for the Olympics.
Africa's top seed, Juan Operu of Nigeria, who was outshone by Le Duc Phac in the semi-finals, was still excited to make it that far in the tournament.
I feel very achieved because this is my first time in the semi-finals in the international challenge. I've been dreaming about getting to the podium. Every time I play the Uganda International Challenge, it's always a quarter-final for me, every time. Even at home, it's always quarter-final. That is always my bus stop. But this time around, I was able to make a breakthrough, and it was also a very important point for me towards the Olympic qualification. So I'm very happy, elated, and very, very much achieved.
While Uganda, who were the organizers, did not make it past the quarterfinals, they were happy for the lessons, as the Badminton Confederation of Africa commended the country for successfully hosting the event.
We expected our players to put on a good fight. As coach, I appreciate what they did, and the work we have to do is a lot, and I'm sure it will happen with time.
The level has been exceptionally high. We are happy, first of all, for Uganda being able to host such a big tournament with a record of 49 countries all over the world coming. This is a special event for us because, first of all, it's part of the Paris 2024 Olympics Games qualification tournaments. That's why you're seeing a lot of players from all over the world coming in. The level, of course, has to be very high. But our takeaway home is that for the first time, we've had an African player going to the semis and getting a silver medal.
The tournament, sanctioned by the Badminton World Federation and also an Olympic qualifier, ran from February 21st to 25th at the Lugogo Indoor Stadium in Kampala, Uganda.
That is all we had for you now. More news will come at 10 p.m. with another arrangement of news tonight. Thanking you for watching. My name is Micheal Lukomwa with Elizabeth Nako and the whole team. Let's catch you then. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.